Max Reverb here. I'm back on the air once more, dear listeners, ready to keep the good men and women of the VEZ company in these difficult times. You may not have much of a choice between stations, but I'm just happy you're still here listening with me. So, my nearest and dearest captive audience, lean back and listen to the music. Taking it easy is the only thing to do, after all. Welcome back to Easy Does It Radio. I don't know how many of you all tune in to my station because you just need some away time to tune out of the world around you, but I'm happy you're still here with me. Thanks for that. Up next is Surfsider Glory on Easy Does It Radio. Given everything that's gone down recently, I feel like this was a real milestone for all of us. These are the times that make or break you. And if you're listening now, they didn't break you. Remember that. Max Reverb, Easy Does It Radio. And now, a quick word from some of our financial contributors. Check them out next time you're on leave for the big city.
Newly renovated, the Waterfront Hotel is back. Now under the ownership of the legendary Oceanview Corporation. Escape to the new Oceanview Hotel, now reopened along New Mombasa's stunning coastal highway. Savor exquisite dishes like fresh-caught salmon, crafted by our world-class chefs. Whether you're planning a romantic getaway or sealing a business deal, our luxurious rooms and breathtaking ocean views create the perfect setting. Discover elegance, flavor, and serenity at the Oceanview Hotel.
It's back! Fronk's farmed fish is making waves again, rising from Old Mombasa's Longshore district. Is it a fish? A whale? You decide! Dive into our delicious nuggets and fish tacos, crafted from recipes saved after the invasion. Now we're reopening bigger than ever, spreading nuggets of the sea to New York, Paris, Chicago, and now New Mombasa. Taste the comeback at Fronk's Farmed Fish. Fresh, fun, and oh so fishy. Fronk's Farmed Fish. Nuggets of the sea, back for thee.
It's another hot day out here in the VEZ of the EAP of the UEG while serving the UNSC. Oh man. Just don't ask any questions to anyone from now. Oni. Get it? Office of Naval Intel. Okay. Anyway, nothing to be gained from them but secrets and lies. Am I right? If I disappear now, remember me fondly. And for updates on my escape, keep it tuned to Easy Does It Radio. I have been politely informed to remind everyone that my last interjection was just a joke. Everyone knows that the Office of Naval Intelligence works to keep us all safe, and any suggestion to the contrary is purely humor on my part. It's a statement of jealousy, if anything. I want to wear the cool guy pants too. But enough about me. Here's High School Lover on Easy Does It Radio. It's smooth, warm days like this that make you want to take a nice long siesta. Join me here and let this next song whisk you away to some place happier. Only on Easy Does It Radio.
future. The new Mombasa Energy Company brings light to every home in New Mombasa. At NMEC, we're proud to use 100% renewable energy sources, delivering clean, sustainable power you can trust. From our cutting-edge generators to our commitment to the East African Protectorate's rebirth, we're fueling progress and hope. Join us in building a brighter, greener tomorrow, powered by NMEC, New Mombasa Energy Company.
All right. We've been taking it pretty slow, but I think it's time to get up and start moving. The sun is out in the East African Protectorate, and we are still here. That is something to celebrate. So, get up, get moving, and start calling into the station, everyone. Between all the settled worlds in the UEG, it's summertime somewhere after all. All right. I feel energized, don't you? Let's hear from our first caller of the day. You're on the air with Easy Does It Radio.
Hey, this is Dr. Rogers, calling from the VEZ Medical Center. Me and the other doctors and nurses love listening to Easy Does It. We have it in the background all the time. Huge fans. I wanted to call in and tell you a little story about the guy I'm going to go on a date with. So, we meet in the medical bay. He walks in. He's not wearing the top of his armor. And he's covered in lacerations. He's covered in shrapnel. And he sits down and he starts to tell me that he was cleaning his gun and it exploded in his hand. Like, okay, great. So, I start to, tend to him. He's still wearing the black bodysuit that you wear underneath the armor. And so, as I'm trying to take it off, he stops me. And I look up at him and I go, well, sir, I'm going to have to take it off. I need to take it off. And he begrudgingly lets me. And I'm like, okay, great. And then I take it off. And I can see why he was fussy about it. Because he wasn't just wearing a tank top or a t-shirt or bandages over the nipples so they don't chafe. He was wearing this green bikini top. And I look at it, and I look up at him, and he immediately gives me this death glare. So I immediately look down, I take care of him, take out all the shrapnel, do an x-ray, take off all the internal stuff, whatever. Whatever. I clean him up, suture, pat his ass, he's out the door. And then a couple days later, he comes in with his full armor suit this time, and he says, hey, I was a patient the other day, and, I thought you were nice, and maybe we can go on a date sometime. I don't know when the hell I'm going to have time for a date, but I agreed. We were going to meet up in a couple hours, and instead of thinking, oh my god, is this the right guy? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. All I'm thinking about is, does he wear the bottom half of the bikini, too? Or just the top one?
That is the best story that I've ever gotten on this show. Thank you so much, Doctor. I hope that your date goes well. And if you can make him laugh even half as much as I did, maybe he'll be willing to tell you that answer about the other half. And thank you to all the men and women of the VEZ Medical Center. I'm happy that I could bring you 1/10 of the joy that you give to your patients every day you work. And if I ever get sick, well, at least I know that I'll have some pleasant company to look forward to. Okay, time for another quick song, and we'll be back with our next caller. Keep the good vibes going, everyone. Easy Does It Radio. Welcome, next caller. From Europa to Luna, Phobos to Deimos, Titan to Io, and Ganymede to Callisto, your voice is being broadcast across the VEZ. What do you have to say?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Most of these channels now are just, AI-operated news machines. Anyways, thank you so much for answering our call. And hopefully, what my question brings to the rest of our little troop stuck here in this dust bowl known as the EZ are going to be able to enjoy our leave just a little more. Back when I was serving during the invasion, there was this old chap, fellow, whatever you want to call him. He was serving kebabs out of this little stand during the evacuations in old Mombasa. The finest kebabs I think I've ever had. Granted, the bar isn't all that high, considering most stuff is just, copy and pasted from every city to here to the outer colonies, but regardless, I would do anything to find that guy and thank him for all he's done for us back to him, if, of course, he's still around. Those twilight days of the invasion were rough, to say the least. But, anyways, old heads, do us all a favor, let us know where we can find him if he's still out there, and if not, well, I'll just have to deal with these MREs and all the really boring mom and pop, in quote, shops. Anyway, thanks for answering the call, and hope everyone else is having a good evening. I gotta get back on watch. Semper Fi, dorks, or whatever.
Semper Fi, Marine, Semper Fi. I can't give you kebabs, but maybe our previous caller and doctor can give you some swabs. Oh my god, wow, that was terrible. Okay, we'll be back with more callers. Easy Does It Radio. It's time for another caller. Who will it be? Another voice from the VEZ. You're on the air with Max Reverb. What do you have to say?
Hey Max. First time caller, long time listener. Love the music you put out here for us in the EZ. Helps pass the time for soldiers like me. I just wanted to call in to stress the importance of these animals here around Voi. Since the end of this war, I've been stationed here to monitor the recovery and well-being of the ecosystem since, the glassing and all that. It was real tough on these little guys. Not as tough as what most of you guys might go through, but I usually follow packs of wildebeest, buffalo, and even ensure the smaller guys like badgers and bustards are holding up okay. A lot of monitoring and trailing, but it's important to keep those poachers away as well, though they haven't been a really big issue since, we're a militarized EZ. They get a little intimidated. It sucks being unable to intervene with the circle of life. What with the predators hunting their prey, but that's just how the ecosystem recovers and how it works. It was a hell of a lot harder to find these beautiful creatures mangled by metal spikes and plasma burns closer to where those Gerolhane used to occupy. Sure, they at least ate some of what they killed, but I could tell it was more of a sport, given that some of the smaller guys were almost exclusively left with crystalline remnants of those needlers. Anyway, I just wanted to give my thanks for the music and put out a reminder that we should not be hunting the local fauna. Trust me, if you're hungry, an MRE will do you much better than any potential radiation exposure from the animals. They might have consumed potential contaminants close to the center of the EC. Well, take care, everybody, and thanks again, Max.
Well, thank you, my friend. It is a thankless job you have, but don't forget how much you matter to those animals, and especially don't forget what your work is doing for the generations coming after us. One day, the perimeter walls will come down, the VEZ will be no more, and this land will be left to good people again. Voi won't be a ghost town forever, and they may never know your name, but they'll see the results of your work every day, and they'll smile. Remember that whenever you're feeling down. We still have our lines open. Back again with another caller after this next song. Twist and shake. Stay tuned. Caller is... How did he say it? Oh, never mind. You're on the air.
Доброго времени суток, джентльмены. it's Petrov speaking from Station Tango Romeo on northeast from VAZ, calling in to find any DMR parts around the place. I mean, seriously, I searched for them the past year or so and can't find any. Even if I try to order them over the radio, they can't provide those. Just what are those supply guys are doing? Never mind. If you have any, I mean really, any parts from DMR, radio to Tango Romeo. Would appreciate it, folks. Пока, ребят. И удачи. Спасибо, что выслушали. Надеюсь, у вас хороший день.
Yeah, thanks for that, Petrov. Stay cool and keep up that positive attitude. We'll be back with another caller after this. Love the gunslinger vibes of that last track, right? Not the longest song on our playlist, but it definitely makes an impact. Just like I know our next caller will. Go ahead, friend, you're on the airwaves.
Howdy. Name's Rex Ford. Just calling in to tell you I appreciate all the hard work you're doing here, trying to keep us folks here in the VEZ all sane. The music definitely helps keeping the chaos at bay. I'm over in Luna. These guys evidently lost an Overwatch guy to some kind of freak accident. Didn't die, thankfully, but he's out of the picture for at least a few months, so I'm here to be sure nobody gets in that's not supposed to be in. But, ow. Sorry. I just almost tripped. Cybernetics are acting up again. Lost my right leg and my right arm during the attack on Earth after a failed hail jump. Back in my ODST days. Man, this weather reminds me of those days quite a bit. Nice and sunny on most plants whenever I drop, except for the last. Anyway, yeah, just calling in and tell you I appreciate it. Things get a little mundane around these parts pretty quickly, but it is what it is. I'd rather that than, well, what happened before. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Keep the tunes rolling, because that's all that's keeping me sane. Wait, hold on. Those guys are trying to do another mongoose run. Hey, y'all stop that over there. Oh, no.
Ignoring the obvious NJP in progress that I can hear in the background, I'd like to say thank you for your service, Ford. You've given more of yourself to humanity's defense than can ever be repaid, and you could have taken your discharge alongside the new prosthetics, but instead you're still here. That gives me pride. Not because you're still wearing the uniform or because of whatever epic stories from the glory days might tell, but because you're still here with me, with all of us, and I'm happy that you are. Coming up next, a word from our sponsors, followed by more tunes. Easy Does It Radio.
Feeling parched in New Mombasa? Grab H2O Vitamin Water. Packed with essential vitamins and a burst of crisp, refreshing flavor. H2O keeps you hydrated and energized under the East African sun. Whether you're hitting the streets or powering through your day, our vitamin-packed water is your go-to for a healthy boost. H2O! Taste the vitality. Feel the vibe.
Cowabunga! Am I right? Well, this is Max Reverb back again on Easy Does It Radio with another caller from our beloved Exclusion Zone. Welcome back, Hudson. You're live yet again.
Hey, everybody. This is Hudson again. This radio is still working like a charm. Anyway, wanted to call in and catch up. So, Io and I have been taking turns on watch duty with little to no breaks in between. Now, some people would love the easy street. 9-to-5 job with no stakes or challenges. I used to think that way. But now I'm being brought to my limit. No friends, no trips, no drinks, no shows, nothing. At least with the war, there was something to shoot. I'm worried I might get trigger happy should somebody come visit the base. Some jokers might jump up and down at the thought of it, but I don't exactly get a thrill looking at sand all day. At this point, I feel like a human paperweight on the world's largest litter box. All this time sand gazing's got me thinking about a lot, since that's about all I can do. Is there ever a situation where you can die to a grunt and it not be humiliating? Like, all it takes to take them out is a single pop to the noggin. Sure, some of them go self-destruct mode, might take you with them, but you could spot that blue light special a mile away. And another thing, I heard a rumor back home that some people are hosting hunter rodeos. Is that true? Because, man, I'd pay to see that. Those things are huge. Only someone like a Spartan could take one on. The only problem is, aren't they sentient beings? Don't we have rules about that kind of thing? I have a lot more stuff I've been thinking about, but I gotta cut it short. Getting weird activity on the radar lately. Even though nothing's out here, I gotta get to the bottom of this. Hope I can pop in again soon. Listening to this station is about the only thing keeping me sane out here. See you next time.
I can neither confirm nor deny hearing anything about the Legolo rodeos, but I'm happy to hear that you're still with us out there on the long watch. I'll pass along what you said about the radar readings to the UNSCVA. Maybe our beloved chess master will send you some new equipment to replace the malfunctioning one. Stay sane, stay safe, and above all else, stay awake. That last one is always a struggle in our line of work, and I've had my fair share of swift kicks in the rear from my old sergeant when I dozed off while staring at nothing for 12 hours. Yeah, it's a tough job, and I'm thankful that you're doing it. Let's have a break for some tunes. I'll be back with you all shortly. This is Max Reverb from Easy Does It Radio. Did you know that the first ever African woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize was from Nairobi, just northwest of the VEZ? Well, that has nothing to do with anything. I just thought it was pretty neat. Great segue, am I right? Okay, time for another caller. You're now live in the VEZ and beyond. What do you have to say?
Hi, this is Private Tiffany. Yeah, the one from Bravo Squad. I'm, in the VEZ, and let me tell you, things are so not fetch right now. Can I vent? Because, I seriously can't even. So, my squad mates keep tactically reacquiring my warthog, and by tactically reacquiring, I mean stealing. Hello, boundaries. Just because it's parked doesn't mean it's a free-for-all. Do I look like a valet to you? I am so over it. I need, a revenge plan, but it has to be, creative. You know, something that says, hey, stop touching my stuff without, leaving a paper trail. Do you have any tips? Could I rig the horn to blast, Taylor Swift at max volume? Or, oh my gosh, what if I did something stupid, replace the seats with grates of potatoes? Last week, I caught Trevor and Brad doing donuts in my warthog, and when I called them out for it, they were like, relax, tip for bonding. Bonding? Really? You know what's bonding? Cleaning the mud splatter off of the side together. But no, Tiffany gets to do that solo. And I was like, okay, it's technically UNSC property, but I detailed that warthog, okay? I named her Betsy. She's mine, and I don't want her smelling like Trevor's sweaty ballsack. Ew. So yeah, radio people, help me out. Should I fill the glove compartment with glitter, or maybe program the GPS to take them straight into a swamp? I'm open to ideas, just keep it legal-ish. Okay, thanks. Oh, and Brad, if you're listening, Betsy knows what you did, and she's totally judging you.
Well, while I don't think I can really encourage you to take revenge, I do think that your squad mates are pretty inconsiderate to dirty the equipment and make you clean it. So, Brad, if you are out there listening, maybe be the bigger man. Or, if not the bigger man, then less of a burden. Anyway, you're listening to Max Reverb on Easy Does It Radio. Keep up those calls, and I'll be back with one of you on the air after the Nom Nom song.
We got the Nom Noms.
Okay, then.
We got the Nom Noms. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
So that was, we're getting some minor electronic interference here, and judging by the switchboard suddenly going quiet, many of you are too. The VARS is still showing we're at Bohr, so it might just be a server outage. We'll give everyone a chance to call back in, but in the meantime, here's some music. callers are pouring in. So let's hear what you're all so eager to say. What are your thoughts, caller?
Oh, shit. Oh, hi. Yes, hello. God, I wasn't expecting to get on here. Private First Class Sean Steele. My friends call me Sparkplug because of the, actually, never mind. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. I've never done anything like this before. I've been deployed at the VEZ for about 6 months now, and I've been listening for a while. I was hoping to get some advice, actually. There's this person in my squad. She's there's no better way to put this. I've got a thing for her, like, really badly, and I don't want to, make it weird by bringing. Oh shit! Hang on. Hernandez, hey, how's it? What's going on? Oh, is it that time? Oh God, I wasn't even watching the clock. No, you're not no. I'm actually on Easy Does It radio right now. Yeah, that one. No, for sure. I'll finish up and I'll be right over. All right. Shit, I forgot I was on motorpool with her. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, I just get so nervous around her, Like, it feels like my brain just goes to mush. I've never felt this way about somebody before, and I don't want to make it weird by bringing it up because, we're deployed, and it's like, she's a really good friend, and I just don't want to make it awkward between us. I was just kind of hoping you might have some words of advice for someone in my position, because right now I just don't know what to do with these feelings. I was hoping somebody maybe more experienced than I am might know. I appreciate you and your show. Thank you, and I hope everybody is having a great night.
Sparkplug, at the risk of cliche, you have made my day. I may not be much, but the one thing I am is a hopeless romantic, so here is my advice. First, everything I'm about to say is only to be attempted while you are off duty. The worst thing she can say is no, as the adage goes, but confessing your affections at the start of a shared shift is tantalizingly romantic if she says yes, and the most awkward 12 hours of your life if she says no. So, with that said, once you're both off duty, just be honest and upfront with her. We're all military folk, and we've grown used to straightforward, plain, direct communication. So, say that you have a romantic interest in her, things won't be awkward if it's not returned, and you would like to treat her to whatever she wants next time you're both on leave. And if she says yes, then I hope your relationship goes well. And if she says no, just don't beat yourself up about it, When you're in that moment, nothing feels worse than rejection, but remember that your worth and value isn't tied to or measured by who you're dating. Whether she says yes or no, tomorrow you'll still be awake as the same person you are now, and that is all you have ever needed to be. We'll be right back with more callers on Easy Does It Radio, but let's enjoy a quick tune, shall we? It's that time again. Let's hear from the wandering souls of the VEZ. You are on the air.
Okay, and signal's good. Again, I hope.
Are you talking to the radio? Please tell me you got the jazz channel working again.
No, it's the same channel. Oh, the aftertalks? Move over, I love this shit. Dude, just go fix the tire. Sheesh, aggressive, dude. Fine, I'll go fix the fucking tire. Oh my god, calm down. Hey, I think this is live. Wes popped a tire on the Jeep, and this is the only signal we can get out here.
He's not complaining, just to clarify. He likes this channel too.
I'm not sure where you guys are, but this weather is getting out of hand over here. We're currently headed south to the local relay to try to get the power back on, but shit, here's hoping nothing short-circuited. Or they could just, you know, plug it out and plug it back in. Spoken like a true engineer. I'll try my best. Fix the fucking tire, man. Anyway.
It's your tire too, dude. Hey, you think your new friends on the radio could get us out of here?
Damn. Anyway, thanks for keeping the line open in such dark times. We're on the clock right now, but if a tower goes down due to inclement weather, we'll be there. Engineers, signing out.
Well, Combat Engineers East and West. Great call signs, by the way. I love it. I do in fact wish you the best luck that I can summon and send your way to help you both in fixing your tire, but just in case that isn't worth as much as I think, my crew is forwarding your message and transponder to UNSCVA, and they'll send someone your way. For all the troops of the VEZ who are feeling stuck just like East and West, whether it's figurative or literal, here's some music to bring you back to a better headspace. Beachside vibes are what I provide, and remember that all of our tours out here will eventually, finally, one day come to an end. We'll be back after this. Another caller coming in. Go ahead, speak to the world.
Oh, hello. My name is Katerina Petrova, and I listen to this station quite a lot. And my friend Ariel showed me where I can go to call in. So I just wanted to call in and talk. I will not talk, but say that the station has helped me a lot with my speaking because I am not English or I don't speak English very good. I speak Bulgarian, but this station has helped me work on that a lot, especially because no one else on the base that I was assigned here speaks Bulgarian, which is a bit annoying, but that just means that I have to learn, and this has been helping me a lot with learning. So I wanted to say thank you for that. Another small thing is that I know Nikki listens in she is another person on my base with me. So, Nikki, I wanted to tell you that I don't find the Russian jokes funny. I am not Russian, I am Bulgarian, and saying it again and again does not make it suddenly a good joke. So please stop. But that is it. That is it. All I wanted to say here. I enjoy this station quite a lot. It is a very good one to listen to, especially when I am bored, which is very often. So yes, I hope you have a good rest of your broadcast, and yes, goodbye.
Thanks for calling in, Katerina. I'm very glad you find the show so helpful. Sounds like Nikki should get some better material. Anyway, thanks for calling in. Back to the music, folks. You, my friend, are the last caller of the day. What note are you wanting to leave us on? Is it going to be good, bad? I'm sorry for assuming anything. Just, what's up? What do you got to say?
Hello? Hey, glad to be on the show, I guess. Calling out from the city. We're kind of stuck there for a while on cleanup duty. Don't get me started. Not my fault for the record, but, honestly, it's good to have something to listen to while we're stuck out here. You think to be better than the bases, but it's really not. It's, well, I guess it'd be better if we weren't stuck cleaning up. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it. See ya.
Short, sweet, and to the point. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Keep up the great work cleaning up the old city, and I'm happy to keep playing music to smooth out your day. You know what they used to say, keep it clean. That was bad. Some people might wonder why these companies would pay for ads on a military radio station. After all, we have UNSC money to run most of this, so it's not like we're strapped for funding or need their support. Why bother accepting the ads? The truth is that a lot of the times it's about morale. It's a bit of a morale boost to have something that feels normal, right? Plus for some of the corporate types, it means that they get to have the attention of soldiers, and maybe you'll buy their products next time you're on leave. But for others, remember that once your service is finished, you'll still need to find a job in that civilian sector, so when you've signed your discharge papers and are looking for that new start to your life, maybe consider applying to these guys.
For centuries, Bergen-Blick Shipyards has been the heartbeat of lunar shipbuilding. From humble ferries to the mighty Sherman's Ember battleship, we've crafted the vessels that shape humanity's journey across the stars. One of the most trusted shipyards in the galaxy, we built the shuttles that saved millions of lives during the war. Now, as a proud subsidiary of Sino-Viet Heavy Machinery, Bergen-Blick Shipyards is forging the future with new, cutting-edge interplanetary craft. Choose Bergen-Blick, where legacy meets limitless horizons. Bergen-Blick Shipyards, building the stars since 2109.
I think it's time to wind back down now. We've partied pretty hard on the beach for a bit, and now it's time to sit back, relax, and listen to some good tunes, like you would listen to the gentle tides pulsing slowly against the beach sand. You're listening to Easy Does It Radio. You know, it's not very often that we get to listen to some local music, is it? It's summertime in the East African Protectorate, and I'm happy to be here for it. Let's mix it up a bit. You know what? That wasn't bad at all. The positive vibes are running strong, and soon I'll have to be running along. But let's enjoy just a few more tracks before I'm gone.
Lux Voluspa, pioneering the future with cutting-edge artificial intelligence. For nearly 20 years, our innovative AI designs delivered unmatched solutions for a smarter world. Trust Lux Voluspa to transform ideas into reality. The next step is here. Are you ready? Lux Voluspa. Artificial minds, real solutions.
We have a special song for you, an Easy Does It original track by our good friend Pow. This one is called Bengas Back. Take it away, music man. Alright, my turn on the stick has finally come to an end, and the UNSCVA's automated alerts will be taking over again shortly, but before I take my leave, I wanted to thank you all. Thanks for spending this time with me today on this little beach in all of our minds. Things have been tough and weird recently in the VEZ and beyond, I know. I'm just a one-man show here, and this station is a lot of effort to put on behind the scenes, but just as a reminder, you are worth it. Not just a big collective you, but you specifically, listening now. Whoever you are, I love you. You know, just in case you needed to hear that today. Time for our last track together. This has been Max Reverb with Easy Does It Radio. Keep your head up, folks. I hope you'll still be with me next time I come around.